In previous episodes, a leap into a black hole is the only escape for the Immortals seeking to leave this four-dimensional universe. On the launch pad at the black hole station named Baby, a manager delves into their tragic and mad tales before seeing them off on their final journey. Now, his duties collide with a ship full of passengers. Well, actually, 2 ships. To be precise, the ships had collided just a couple of standard days ago, and this is where we begin.
It was just a regular watch.
When entering the slipstream, the central computator cross-checks billions of ship trajectories in the galaxy and solves equations with a billion unknowns. Hell, I don't doubt even the CC can mess up with inputs like that.
It's my 5th time on open water. That's what we call manual piloting. 3rd time through slipstream. We're required to do it with 50% digital brain support. Regulations. Well, I didn't know how to interpret the load vectors. The system warned me, but I figured, hey, it's fine. Who could have known?
Oh, ships like ours. Thousands of them were sent out. It was a boom. Everyone wanted to escape Earth during the war between angels and outs. At least, that's what the logs say. A generational ship. Can you imagine how grand that sounded back then? I can't actually. But my great ancestors must have.
But imagine the romance. A lonely ship in the unwelcoming darkness of space. Thousands of years in cryosleep and an endless sea of eggs to fertilize. I understand, my great-great-great-great-great-great.
Who knew they'd become obsolete so quickly? After they launched, Slipstream was invented. But it was too late. More than half the generational super freighters were lost beyond Sol 1.
So, as we exited the slipstream, we, materialized right into the body of this legacy. It didn't even show up on magnetic maps. Naturally, I hit the siren right away. Big red button. Hard to miss.
Will they pull us apart? In your future, anything's possible, right?
I'm sure they'll get us pulled apart. It's not like idiots are in charge. Besides, they're not humans.
There must be responsible people up there.
Oh, stop the whining. They'll break us down to quanta and reassemble us.
Right? They will.
Great.
You can't imagine how much I've dreamed that our journey would end. With us, no less. That we'd finally see new planets, new suns, meet other civilizations. Not collide with them like this, of course. No, I dreamt of new worlds. You can't fathom how desperately I've wanted to leave this thoroughly artificial shell. Forgive me, great ancestors.
You sign up thinking it's war, that everything's automated. Auto parking for the ship. Guns that fire on their own during skirmishes. Heck, they even miss on purpose sometimes, just so you can see the target before it's vaporized. You land on a planet, and what awaits you? A deck chair and a snack bar, so you can enjoy the sunset with a burger made from local fauna. Stuffing down the unspoken question. Did I join the fleet for this?
Surprisingly, organ functions remain unaffected. A mystery to me, honestly.
What are the poor passengers of the Legacy to the modern world? A misunderstanding. The central computator will handle their fate.
Sure, the CC will handle it. But what do we understand about it? A multiversal artificial intelligence transcending our reality? What are we to it? A misunderstanding indeed.
The golden age of space exploration is over. Blood and sweat are no longer needed. So, why do I exist? Burdened with the dreams from childhood. At least those folks from the Legacy, they take responsibility for themselves. Heard they're strict. Spill water and you're in the brig for a week. No worries. The multidimensionals from the CC will sort us out faster than you can blink. Then it's back to shooting balls at a pendulum.
The emergence of the central computator is tied to the war between the angels and outs. Somewhere in the 22nd century, people on Earth started merging with a unified artificial intelligence. They were called angels. To the outs, the conservative opposition, they were freaks, human rejects. They had betrayed humanity's greatest gift, death, by melding with a digital antichrist and were beyond redemption. When a person became an angel, they acquired a new embodiment, one that existed simultaneously in 11 dimensions. Across those dimensions, their embodiment and consciousness inhabited an infinity of spaces. Some argued that a person gained nothing new, merely rediscovering their true essence. And the entire process and scientific aspect of the transformation existed solely to make it easier to believe in the validity of this new reality. Contrary to the information spread by the outs, transformation was voluntary. No one was forced to take on the form of an angel. Quite the opposite. A detailed guide had been published, complete with vivid descriptions and animations of all the potential problems that might arise from transformation. Mastery of a multidimensional essence was not immediate. Some quickly learned to manifest themselves as a winged eye. Others struggled to project themselves back into the four-dimensional world, frightening both their loved ones and the general population. Immediate is, of course, a concept only relevant to humans. There was no flow of time for angels. Their interests transcended our reality. That's why communication with the angels grew challenging for those who remained human, though not impossible. Angels worked and created on a level beyond humanity's understanding. The only way to comprehend it was to undergo the transformation. But afterward, there was no way back. An interstellar myth circulated that the outs had managed to establish a reversal process. But if that's true, whatever happened to a being that underwent the reverse transformation could hardly be described as life. To lobotomize a multidimensional mind would leave deep scars. After their swift victory in the war, the angels established the central computator as a regulatory authority for those still unprepared to make the transition. Humans were granted eternity to consider it, gifted to them in the form of immortality. The CC operates on the same 11-dimensional level as the angels, so beyond the grasp of mortals and immortals alike. How can we understand its decisions? It's like reading poetry to a cow. She might recognize the pleasant tone of voice, feel soothed. And at that exact moment, you might slaughter her. It's the same for us. The CC's actions are nothing more than random, unconnected events. Attempting to comprehend them risks madness. And I say this without a trace of irony.
Great ancestors, I don't know if you ever imagined our despair. Lost and forgotten in a black void. Generation after generation performing mundane tasks. Perhaps this is our penance for blind faith. Forgive me, great ancestors.
Great-great-great-grandfather. But on the other hand, you're taking responsibility for a bunch of lives. For what? To prove to everyone you're a captain? Is it worth it?
When I get back, the first thing I'll do is grab my pleasure multiplier from that slug A-toy. Been 50 years. Still hasn't returned it.
How many days has it been? Why hasn't anyone dealt with us yet?
I just wanted a free life. And now I'm stuck. Merged with two random bodies.
Honestly, to hell with the space fleet. Once they separate us, I'm signing up for multidimensional modeling courses and prepping for the transition. All this four-dimensional chaos is a dead end. Just a dead end.
And why, pray tell? Did they tow us to this launch station?
Honestly, I really just want to go home.
Just separate us already.
I always said, the best thing is coming back home. Even better, coming back as yourself.
Get us out of each other now!
On the other hand, maybe nothing needs to change? I've kind of gotten used to it. At least it's something new.
Why the stairs? You think I'm supposed to chop them up myself? I was told to shoot. I shot. Gotta keep my job. You think I have no heart? Even after millennia in this abyss, I couldn't help but give them a chance. Took aboard those who wanted to live. I settled them in the section of the 4D warehouse for forgotten items. And I have no idea what to do with them now.
Thank you for your candor. Your interview will be attached to the case. Prolonging the suffering of sentient beings is a grave crime. Your court summons will arrive close to the trial date. Until then, continue your work.